But this is something that they've locked in something. I was going to wear, I was enjoying myself. Well, they would have. Oh, yeah. It fixes everything. I know. We have to
Good afternoon. Hello, my name is Catherine Dang and I am currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Physical and Engineering Science Convocation this morning. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates and we take great pride in Convocation. I'd like to tell you a little about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are red. The University of Guelph crest that you see on the curtains behind me and shown on the cover of the Convocation program also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links to the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cognoscere causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to either be, happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall are also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority at the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and the mace is the Chancellor and President, members of administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars to the Chancellor and President by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be videoed, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of this event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The president will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers cheered, the Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for Convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true note strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
While you are standing, please consider in your heart for one moment the land on which you stand. Join me to acknowledge and thank the diverse indigenous peoples whose footsteps have marked this territory for centuries, such as the Attawandaron, Haudenosaunee, and Anishinaabe peoples. Now that you're pretty well all grown and nearly graduated, you'll discover that in pretty well every thorny situation, you're either part of the problem or part of the solution, and you will have to choose. Like the fellow who was a horrible chain smoker, and one day he happens upon an article that explains the medical effects of his addiction. He's traumatized and terrified, just beside himself. He is so scared he can hardly breathe. Right there and then, he makes up his mind and emphatically states loud and clear. He clears his throat and he says, from now on, I will never, ever read another article about smoking again. So this fellow decided to be part of the problem. Charles Dickens, in his book, A Tale of Two Cities, writes, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. For some cosmic reason, these two extremes seem to come together throughout history. Whenever the world's population is vulnerable to what seems to be a clash of cultures, wanton violence, and unspeakable horrors, it gives birth to a strange bedfellow, an overwhelming sense of compassion for one another and transcendent feeling that all of humankind is one. Hardly a week goes by when we open the newspapers and are shocked by the incomprehensible pain and suffering. Our heart opens and we feel so deeply for our fellow man and woman. We can't sit back and do nothing. So perhaps we post on Facebook, attend a rally, or maybe even join a political group, feeling that we've done our part. Allow me to share two game-changing secrets. Firstly, the most powerful way to transform others is to transform yourself. Parents, educators, and mentors who are experienced in their craft know this all too well, and now you know this too. Secret number two, never underestimate the immense power of a single act of kindness and compassion. Every seemingly random expression of love and generosity has a resounding impact that reverberates around the world. It's not just a slow ripple effect, it's an avalanche effect as people feel empowered and heartened when they become beneficiaries of someone's attention and care. So now you have it. You've spent time in the incubator of the University of Guelph, taking in what the wonderful instructors and staff have conveyed to you. Now that you're about to graduate, it's time to pay it forward. It sounds like a trite phrase and platitude, but it's absolutely true. You and you and you and me can change the world. How? With random acts of courage, kindness, unconditional love, noticing someone else's misfortune, and instead of just shaking your head, you lend out your hand. That hand can and will join with other hands throughout the world to make this world a better place. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I am delighted to officially open this 2017 University of Guelph Convocation ceremony and welcome everyone here. President Baccarino, Chair of the Board, Kevin Golding, members of the board, honorary fellows, faculty, staff, family and friends of the graduates. Today, as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students, I'd like to offer particular welcome to our convocation speaker, Beth Parker, who will be introduced to you shortly. My name is Martha Billis, and I have the honor of serving as Chancellor here at the University of Guelph. And what an honor it is to be here today, back at the university, my alma mater. I think back to when I was in your shoes, proud to be a Mac Institute graduate and anxious to take on the next challenge around the corner. Problem is, we do not always know what is coming or how we're going to get there. Today, I want to instill in you a belief that my dean, Margaret McCready, instilled in me years ago. She was full of advice, but most often said, remember, ladies, you are Mac girls, and Mac girls can do anything. And she was right. I stand before you today to proudly and confidently tell you that the education I received here gave me the wherewithal to go out and strive beyond what I thought I was capable of. Since the days of its founding colleges, the University of Guelph has been a leader in practical education focused on the whole person. The university has fostered an environment that encourages its community of students to aim higher, to make things better, to be more productive, to turn preconceived notions on their head, to make a difference, to improve life. My education opened doors and offered windows on the world I could not have imagined. Half a century later, those things are still happening here at this fantastic institution. Graduands, your windows are waiting. It's your turn to make a difference, to improve life for ourselves and for others. I know you can do it because you are, after all, a University of Guelph graduate, and you can do anything. Good luck to you all. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor and the privilege of serving as the President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. Well, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done, well deserved. Think fast. Think fast. We've all heard that expression. You don't often hear anyone telling you to think slow. Think slow. But my main message today is twofold. Think fast and think slow. As a psychologist, I'm interested in cognitive sciences and neurosciences, and speaking as well as a parent of university-age children, I believe your minds are fundamentally different from those of your parents' generation. We see how you absorb information, how you interact with and through information technology. Young people are very, very good at coping with lots of information and shifting their attention in that context. Fundamentally, your brains have adapted to a very fast-paced world. Today, we are navigating a river of knowledge, one that is growing larger and flowing faster all the time. New ideas come at us at an unprecedented pace. New innovations, new ways to connect the dots, and new ways to understand this world. We need to process more and more information in the same amount of time. We need to think faster. We might call this fast thinking reactive thinking. It's the kind of tactical thinking. It's what helps a driver negotiate the twists and turns of the road from moment to moment. But of course, there's another kind of thinking. Reflective or slow thinking. Takes a more strategic view, takes a broader view. Not that I'm suggesting that you think more slowly in the literal sense. I'm talking about a different kind of thought, a different way of thinking, almost like another channel than tactical or reactive. In our fast-paced world, universities are increasingly important places for both kinds of thinking. Reactive or fast thinking that addresses the now, and there's a lot happening in the now. But also reflective thinking that rises above and beyond the here and now to take the long view and consider the broader context, to consider tomorrow or the day after. Now, as students at the University of Guelph, you've benefited during the past few years from an environment that has challenged your thinking, an environment that nurtures freedom of thought and expression and inquiry, an environment that promotes and supports openness to new ideas, an environment that invites varied perspectives on a problem or opportunity. We've tried to encourage you to exercise both reactive and reflective thinking. We've stressed the kind of thinking that enables you not just to provide the right answers, of course, but also to ask the right questions. We've looked to nurture thinking that is disciplined and thinking that is interdisciplinary, that draws upon diverse experiences, diverse points of view. That kind of thinking is even more important in a world where the challenges and opportunities that we face are larger and more complex than ever. Now, of course, big problems and big opportunities need lots of minds thinking together on solutions. And here I'm talking not just of like minds, but unlike minds. Minds from varied backgrounds, varied perspectives. You know, there's a proverb, I think it's an African proverb that goes something like this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You're about to explore and discover the next phase of your lives, including, I hope, finding ways to improve life for others around you and in the wider world. Go together, think fast, and think slow. Thank you very much.
I am pleased to invite Professor Beth Parker, Professor and NSERC Industrial Research Chair from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, to now give the Convocation address. Beth?
Good morning. Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the board, Dean and fellow faculty, friends, family, and of course our distinguished graduates. It is a great honor to stand before you today and deliver this convocation address. Congratulations on your recent accomplishments. Today we celebrate your successes in achieving your respective degrees within the College of Physical and Engineering Science. In preparing for this message for you today, it allowed me to reflect on my previous graduation days. By way of connecting with you, I have degrees in both natural science and engineering, and this has always caused me to think about what makes these disciplines distinct. What does it mean to be an engineer or a scientist? How do scientists and engineers approach problems differently? And in what ways do these differences complement each other? My message to you today is about the importance of collaboration and the power of seeking teams and individuals that complement your own abilities, a combination of your discipline knowledge, experiences, and talents. My expertise is groundwater, which is both a local and global resource. Groundwater represents over 96% of our available fresh water on the globe. And because of its widespread occurrence underground, it's an economically viable source of drinking water, even in the most remote communities. According to the International Association of Hydrogeologists, groundwater is accessed directly for at least 36% of our worldwide drinking water needs, and 42% of our water used for irrigated agriculture, and 24% of the fresh water used by industry. In addition, groundwater sustains flow in our surface waters between seasons of snowmelt and rainfall, and is a critical component of our pending global water crisis. Over the past 35 years, I've worked in different sectors, including industry, government, consulting, and academia, all on the same topic. Each sector has different outlooks and approaches, most likely due to important differences in the roles and responsibilities. As I travel around the globe doing research in various climates and countries, I observe additional differences that factor into the way we identify, prioritize, and solve problems. Water, like all global issues, is a multidisciplinary topic that requires insights from across community and economic sectors and perspectives over a range of geographies, generations, and genders, working collaboratively. It's proposed by many that better solutions should be discovered more easily by groups of diverse and individuals working together. Anais Nin once said, "We don't see things as they are, we see things as we are." This identifies the concern that we can be caught in paradigms or belief systems that bias our views and perspectives, perhaps limiting our success. By working in teams with diverse knowledge and experience, we may overcome these limitations. But discipline, knowledge, and experience are only two components that define us as individuals in terms of the way we like to do our work. In essence, every person has a talent they love to use that translates into activities they do exceptionally well. According to Dan Sullivan and Bab Smith from The Strategic Coach, they created a company to help entrepreneurs balance work and personal life goals while achieving unprecedented results. Our talents, in combination with our knowledge and experience, comprise our unique ability. So what is your unique ability? As you go forward into the workforce, continue to think about your unique abilities and be cognizant of how value is created with teams of people with diverse skill sets. Be respectful of differences as an asset. Not only will you find novel solutions to the most challenging problems, you may accomplish this with much less effort. By allowing someone else's abilities relieve you of activities you don't enjoy as much, you will be able to exploit your own talents further, leading to greater success and more free time for a healthy work-life balance. Go forth and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parker, for that inspiring but also thought-provoking set of remarks. Good morning, I'm Charlotte Yates. I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic of the University of Guelph. And I have the great pleasure of probably getting you on the road to which you've been working for the last 4 years, or 5. Will the graduating class please rise? Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will the class please be seated?
Good morning. My name is John Runsman. I'm the Associate Director Undergrad in the School of Engineering, and I'm going to be reading the names this morning. Good morning, graduates and proud family members, friends. I'm sure you'll be all excited that perhaps maybe even a little relieved that your graduate will be walking across the stage and meeting with the president here in a moment. You may want to show your enthusiasm by applauding and cheering and whatever, then that's wonderful. We encourage you to go ahead with that. But we would ask that the general audience please refrain until the end of the class, and then we can have a big round of applause in a group, if you wouldn't mind. Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, excuse me, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering. Thank you. Michael Ackworth. Silvu Egatesh. Joseph Alanis. Sarah Abernaz. Andrew Alex. Laura Josefina Alvarez. Where is this? Hussein Amiji. Monita Delmar Arevalo Camargo. Elise Acoin. Michael Acoin. Jacob Banks. Thank you. Manbir Bassan. Nicholas Patrick Bastian. Jeffrey Beamish. Thanks. Ben Beardsall. Christopher Beatty. Matthew Beer. Marin Sharmeen Begum. Claire Bork. Matthew Bradley. Harrison Brody. Anthony Burkholder. Alexandra Campbell. Kevin Can. Andrew Cataford. Dean Chikuti. Nicole Chin. Chelsea Cipriani. Tiffany Clay. Abigail Clement. Tyler Kloss. Sloan Creighton. Erikel Avak DeCassian. Thanks, Felicia. Felicia D'Alessandro. Matthew Taylor Dawson. Casey DeBoer. Philip DeBoer. Shrino DeMello. Sandra Dussault. Andrew Robert Eaton. Patrick Egan. Mark Philip Emmanuel. Louis Espinoza. Cameron Patrick Feuer. Jameson Kenji Filer. Jordan Forsyth. Brian Gilbert. Cassidy Amber Goetz. Christian Gomes. Allison Goldman. Thank you. Leah Groves. Thank you. Michael Heath. Thanks. Stephen Helps. William Hachachka. Spencer Robert Hawken. Christopher Hutton. Daniel Itzagera. Albert Jiang. Elsa Johnston. Gangandeep Singh Kanotra. Adil Kasab Bachi. Matthew David Kaufman. Furhan Shahid Khan. Udbav Karad. Thank you. Maxwell Koo. Andre Lambert. Amy Langford. Jordan Lapinas. Aaron Kashin Lee. Christopher Letwin. Adam Lowther. Jacob Daniel Ludlow. Nicole Ludsky. Kevin Lukvietsky. Marjorie Elizabeth Christine McDonald. Stephen Maloney. Emitojbir Mangat. Patrick Martin. Excuse me. Nicole McEwen. Megan McNeil. Brian John Melchior. Cole Merrill. Lauren Mulders. Riley Murnahan. Mark Najjar. Carter Noble.
Don't forget to say it.
Oh, yes, I will. Chandel Nikki Tony O'Neill with distinction. I got it. Vishal Pal with distinction. Maitri Patel. Nishant Patel. Mason James Patterson with distinction. Gavin Pierce with distinction. Hang on a minute. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Nicholas Pellegrino. Devin Proang Prasuth. Good job. That's a type. Thank you. Jonathan Pyle. Travis Israel Putalal. John Potts. Farhad Rabarnia with distinction. Lena Ramirez. Sean Rosal Radcliffe. Glenn James Robinson. Luke Salter. Carlo Marco Sanchez Ramirez. Ryan Savoy. Peter Joseph Saiki. Thank you. Ivor Selimovic with distinction. Kieran Sewell. William Seymour. John Murray Simpson. Dylan Edward Allen Smith. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Megan Smith with distinction. Mitchell Soares. Luke James Stevens. Thank you. Ricky Sue with distinction. Thanks. Yi Soon. Thanks. Paul Vincent Soloki. Scott Terry. Vitherson Thangarasa. Graham Randall William Toms. Brandon Tissan. Zachary William Vanderclip. Ian Van Essen. Nicholas Valate. Toverigan Vivianthan. That is a tongue twister. Morgan David Wace. Oh. Kevin Watson. Erin Jessica Wiebe. Konrad Wieserkowski. Shannon Renee Wilson. Galen Woods with distinction. Evan Wright with distinction. Mark Kamal Zarifa. Donghao Zhao. Please join me in congratulating the graduating class at School of Engineering.
Madam Chancellor, I would like to ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
Well, graduates, you did it. Congratulations. Terrific job. Well, let me take this opportunity now to welcome all of you graduates to the Griffin Alumni family, a growing family. This week, actually, more than 3,400 new graduates are joining that family, and the University of Guelph alumni now number over 125,000 graduates around the world. Now, as you can imagine, we're all very proud of your accomplishments here at the University of Guelph and really do look forward to seeing how the foundations that you've developed here as a student will continue to support you in the years to come in your futures. We want to celebrate your achievements, your successes, and do hope that you'll stay in touch. Remember that you're always welcome here. Graduates, you've made many memories here, I'm sure, including today's ceremony, but remember this as well, you are a student for a short time, but you're a Griffin forever. Congratulations and thank you. Now that concludes our formal convocation ceremonies. The college dean will now be hosting a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall right next door. And this is an opportunity to mingle, congratulate the graduates, and we do hope that many of you can attend. And now the final word is from our Chancellor.
Convocation is dismissed.
Congratulations, everyone. We know you're going to go out and do great things. We hope you'll come back often and share that. Now, just to help us to prepare for the families that are waiting outside to watch their students go across the stage, we're going to ask that you exit from the sides with the students going out first and the families after. We want you to go out and spend time with your family and friends, get some great photos so you can document this wonderful day. And then we do ask that you return your gowns and your hoods to the tent so the next group can look as good as you do. And just before you go out that doors, let's turn it up one more time. Congratulations. Woo!